Hey everyone, this is Jen DeLeon, and today I am with the beautiful Lexy Panterra. How are you doing today?
Good, I like the background.
You like the background?
Very cool.
I like it with all the screens.
Aww.
So we're gonna change up the screen a bit. Okay. So I love your tweets. They're very random, very funny. So what I did was I went back to some of your old tweets. I think I got to as far back as some point in 2020. We're gonna pull them up on the screen and we're gonna elaborate on those thoughts. So let's start with the first tweet.
They're very random.
They're very random. When you are an artist on the come up, you need to be good at everything. It's not an easy task.
Yes.
So you do everything. You artist, songwriter, actress, dancer, you have a podcast, you have your own agency. What was that point that made you realize you have to do everything, and why, for people who may not understand why you have to do everything as an artist?
Basically, you have your own vision. Not everyone can be you, not everyone can do your vision properly, right? Because it's your vision. So that's what I meant, is like, if you want it done your way, if you want to get it and you be happy, you got to learn how to do everything. Like when you run a restaurant, right? You got to learn how to be a busser, be a hostess, all the other roles it takes to be an artist. There's a million other things, your makeup, your hair, like you have to do everything.
Was there a task that was really hard to learn where you're like, all right, this is annoying, but I still have to learn? Like, I don't know how to do my hair. Like, not professionally.
Look, I threw it up today in ponytail. That, I hate doing my hair. Okay. I honestly hate doing a lot of things. I don't like doing my hair. I don't like doing my makeup. I guess dressing is more, I'm into fashion. Sure. But there's things that I just don't like to do, and I don't like to record myself music-wise, but it's super important to learn how to do it. You know, there's other things I'd rather be doing, like on stage and performing. So, and even then, you need to learn, you need to know how to properly use an inner ear. Like there's so many. There's a lot. Know?
Was there any moment that you can think of where you're like, shit, I really do just need to learn that on my own because it interfered with your vision or time or whatever?
I'm trying to think. Even my nails, like I had to buy press-on nails for like music video shoots and stuff like that, right? Because people just weren't doing it correctly, and I can't change them in and out. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it on my own, and I can just press them in and do it myself. And
your nails look good. What are your nails?
These ones are real. Now? They're cool, huh?
They are really cool.
Virgin Lex right there. They were inspired by my phone case a little bit.
Don't fucking touch me. I need that.
That's another tweet.
That one's not on there, but we should talk about that too. If you ever piss me off, boiling crab is the way to win me back. What is your go-to order at Boiling Crab?
Snow crab leg, the whole shebang, mild with a root beer. I want corn and potatoes inside.
That's literally, I get the fried catfish. I don't get the fries with it, and every time I order it, they're like, if you get rid of the fries, it's only $1 off. Do you still want? I'm like, yeah, take the $1 off. I don't want the fries.
Yeah.
And then whole shebang, mild potatoes, and the rice, because I'm Asian. So you have to get that.
It's rice. I get rice too. Sometimes on the side, I'll like dip it and eat it, all of it in my mouth together with my hands.
Boiling crab.
I get so dirty when it comes to the boiling crab. I literally eat boiling crab like at least 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
It's really bad.
And you never switch it up?
Spice.
Yeah.
It's not good for your stomach. Like, I don't ever switch it up.
No. It's always the same thing, 3 times a week. Well, yeah, if you piss her off, you get her boiling crab, now you have her order.
And donuts, that's it.
And donuts. I don't pay people to make me lose more money.
Daily, we deal with this, okay?
Okay, so I like this because I think this touches on the team that you should have around you, and maybe you could give advice on what type of characteristics to look out for with people and not hire them when it comes to your team.
Yo, listen, I still struggle heavy with this. It's not easy running a team. And I do spend a lot of money on my team monthly. The things that go out of that account gives me a panic attack. But it's all worth it in the end. But like, if they're just being lazy or not doing their job or just anything to make you lose money, it's just not worth it. I'd rather pay someone else or do it myself or just get it done. I don't hire people. I hire people to make me money. That was a really funny one. It's pure. It is what it is. Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like me. Most of you don't even like yourselves. What do you think?
It's true, right?
Like, no, it is true.
When you really think about it, you're like, damn.
What do you think it is? Like, maybe it's like the biggest misconception about you. We'll actually talk about that in a different tweet, but it's like, how do you deal with haters or someone who doesn't like you, especially with social media and how vocal people are to do it. So what's your advice for dealing with haters?
My advice is I think you should just get to know who the hater is, to be honest, because usually they'll like do a 360 turnaround once you talk to them. Because we as humans, we're not perfect, and we all have like our egos, and we all have our stupid things that we do for no reason, you know, and it gets us canceled.
Yeah.
You know, but we're all human and we all do stuff. So
everyone gets canceled.
And it's kind of just like, yo, you don't even like yourself. Like, don't judge people.
It
and
really
that's why
is
I don't really care. I just
really
let them do
mirror.
what they do. You know?
Exactly. It's
or
like
you can turn it around and ask them about it. Like, why are you hating on me?
Have you ever done that? Like,
Absolutely.
And
they completely, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know.
I didn't think you were going to see it.
Yeah, they fumble. Yeah. And then they become a fan, which is interesting. So just have a communication to talk with them, you know?
Okay. LMAO, nothing makes me crack up more than when strangers online pretend to know my life story. They really ain't got anything better to do. What do you think is the biggest misconception of you, and what's the craziest thing you've seen about you online?
I mean, I don't know. Shoot, there's been a couple of them. Like maybe I only date one ethnicity. That's one of them. Black guys, mostly. I don't know. That's like a misconception, but I like all races. I guess when I like to wear my dreads and hair out, I look dirty. I take 3 showers a day, probably.
Not dirty, like more than one ethnicity.
I just heard someone say that the other day. I was like, dang, I look dirty. Okay. What else? And just I don't know. Just people misconcept everyone all the time. It's like, you guys really don't know us. Like, stop judging people. Like,
exactly.
You really don't know.
Fries and ice cream.
Oh, so good.
That's a very interesting combination.
So good.
First of all, how did you even discover this combination?
Yeah, the Frosties and the Wendy's French fries.
Yep.
So the salt and the cream go so well together.
Wendy's fries.
So good.
Who has the best fries though? If it wasn't Wendy's with the
it
Frosty?
wouldn't be Wendy's fries. It would be, I would say, In-N-Out fries with ice cream. Or McDonald's, I mean, it's pretty good.
McDonald's fries for sure. Have you had the In-N-Out fries well done?
I do not like my fries well done.
Well, I don't like In-N-Out fries like
they're
crispy.
They're soggy. I don't like crispy at all.
They're like
I like
soggy,
softer.
though.
I like soft.
They're very soggy. So
Yeah.
I'm like, is there a way to fix this? And like, we can make them well done. So they're kind of like McDonald's fries.
Oh,
after. You should try it with their.
I'm a fan of In-N-Out fries, period. So I don't want to touch I like what they're doing.
Okay. Next tweet.
I'm like, don't touch them.
I was way too good to most of the boys I've dated. They didn't deserve me.
Awesome. That needs to be everyday tweet.
Why do you think women treat their men better, especially if it's a toxic relationship, just a shitty situation?
I've learned that we get hooked on these toxic relationships. They might seem up and down, up and down, up and down, and you just feel comfortable and okay with that at a point. And it's not okay. Most of it's not okay. We just, our threshold just keeps going back. And it's like, oh, it's not threshold anymore. And so it's just, it's about that. And it's not healthy. Those feelings aren't normal. And I think it's like, I had to deal with talking to a therapist this last year, the first time I ever talked to one. And I wanted to talk to her about relationships and the things I've been through. And actually, it was one of the best things I've done this past year. And she was talking about how it's not a healthy way, the toxic shit's not healthy, and you got to find a healthy balance. And it may seem boring at some times, the healthier route, which sucks. Like dating someone that's content with themselves, not insecure, like just a good guy with a good stable home and stability job, and just like all these things that kind of matter.
And it's hard for people because when you're in a toxic cycle, that's your normal. So then it's trying to.
So when you're in a healthy, for instance, I'm in my healthy relationship. Sometimes those feelings aren't as strong because it's not as toxic. It's kind of interesting.
Now that you got into a healthy relationship where you like, whoa, this is actually a real thing, and then it
feels comfortable. Mm-hmm. It feels your stomach's not in a wreck, your heart's not in a wreck. You're not, you feel good. You're eating normal. Like I've been in those relationships where you can't even fucking eat, and you don't even know why. You're like, why am I my stomach feels like this 24/7? That's not normal. It's not okay.
It isn't.
So you just got to get used to what healthy is, and sometimes that might seem not as exciting or as you know.
Do you have say there's someone in a toxic relationship right now, if you were to say this is the first step
Sign
to
or
be,
step?
we can do sign and step. So if the first sign, it might even be the stomach thing you were saying, because it's like, that's very on point.
Honestly,
Yeah,
huge sign.
It's like if you don't eat, you sleep all
Huge
day.
sign. If you are nauseous around the person, or you can't eat, or you feel anxious, but you love the person, but you're feeling away,
It doesn't feel right.
Something. It's
Exactly.
not right. There's something not right. I don't feel that way with my boyfriend. Not at all. Ever. And it's healthy and it's good and it's supposed to be like that. So, you know, we're all used to these shithead relationships that we deal with, and you just gotta get over it and grow up a bit.
Did your therapist have any specific advice? I mean, beyond her saying like it's not healthy, did she give you some kind of first step to focus on, other than like obviously get out of it?
I think just talking through it and understanding why and what you kind of go through your own therapist eventually. You kind of understand why you're doing things, and
That you are.
it just helps you out. Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
I love that.
I wish more people would get involved in therapy.
They really should. I've gone to therapy as well. I've done regular therapy, and then I even did hypnotherapy.
Ah, cool.
Like, I think it was
Scary.
right before COVID. No, it was cool. So hypnotherapy just really felt like, honestly, like you were high. So like it felt like I was in a couch, but it felt like I was rocking back and forth. But she said sometimes in hypnotherapy, it's really tapping into your subconscious, and that you don't realize like what thoughts or like routines are in there. But it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
It was a trip.
It's good experiencing random things like this.
It really is. You will never know love unless you surrender to it. How do you surrender to love?
Basically, you have to love unconditionally, which means no conditions in the love. Love the person for who they are, you know, whether they agree with you or not. And you just have to fully give yourself to the person and put your walls down. Your vulnerability needs to be out. You can't love somebody or be loved if that's not, like, if you have this huge wall up, you know? I think it's really important to just be yourself.
Exactly. Did you ever have a wall that you felt you had to put up before? Maybe it was in a toxic relationship, or even getting to a new one. What was it?
It was for me in that last relationship, it was me having to be on point all the time around him, dolled up or dressed up or cute or whatever. And I'm like, I'm a bum bitch
like all the time.
Saturday, and if I want to be, like, I'm gonna be, right? So that made me feel away, you know? It's just, you gotta find someone that you can really be yourself with and surrender yourself and just be yourself is what that means.
Love that.
Yeah.
Last tweet, I'm actually the complete opposite of what you think I am. People really perceive me certain ways. It's insane.
Oh, actually, this one's actually an interesting one though. It's the same but different, but it says, okay, so I think I was in Miami or something, and someone was like, oh, something threesomes. And they brought up threesomes, and I was like, no, like, I've been in one. And they were like, oh, really? Like, they were super shocked about it. And I was like, do I look like I'm just like jumping in a bunch of threesomes all the time? Like, I don't know, like, where that perception came from. And that's why I said that.
That's why I would have
never
never thought.
the complete opposite. Like,
I never would have thought that's what sparked that tweet, but that's a very interesting story.
So it's kind of, that's what I said.
Well, thank you for sharing that with me in this interview. Well, I feel like we learned a lot from these tweets.
You
thank
learned
you.
a lot.
I did. Thank you for breaking them down.
You're
Keep
welcome.
tweeting, because that shit was hilarious and very random.
Come check out the personality.